late for you, but we'll make it a happy hour anyway. And we have some amazing interviews coming up and some great guests coming up. And I want everybody to stay tuned. It's free education through Beautiful Forever University. Any information you need, they could just go to beautifulforever.com or follow us on social media. Any topics that they want to learn, any comments or questions that they have, we're here to help. So are the eyes the new lips? Well, non-surgical trends are the European trends, and Dr. Annalisa is going to join us tonight, and she's going to give us some insight of what's really going on behind the scenes in Italy and in Europe. And it's interesting, we were just talking about how everybody in Europe wants to know what's going on in the USA. Everybody in the USA wants to know what's hot and what's trendy in Europe. Well, we have a beautiful doctor who looks amazing tonight with her makeup, and she's all dressed up, and it's midnight and nowhere to go. You're gonna have to find a place to go afterwards for, you know, a late happy hour drink. So I'd like to introduce you. Dr. Annalisa Calisti is an aesthetic physician and a regional coordinator, and she's with the Italian Society of Aesthetic Medicine, and I was very proud to be a speaker there, and I was very impressed with the high level of the education and the information. It is very different in Europe than it is in the US. It's very different what you can do in your practice, what you can't do in your practice. She's had a practice for over 10 years, and she focuses on the face, on the body, injectables, fillers. I know lips have always been her hot topic, but maybe now when we wear our masks, we have to worry about our eyes, so the eyes have it. And, you know, she's an expert in absorbable and non-absorbable suspension threads. I can probably use some over here. And an expert in the field in many therapeutic protocols. And she's created her own methods of aesthetic rejuvenation for the neck and for threads. And that would be really interesting. We have to get you over to the US when COVID is gone and get you to do some training here. And I know you're an expert in all of the neurotoxins and fillers. We met, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago or more, and you were training the US doctors. And I was very impressed with you and with your courses. So today we're here to talk about the different pearls and different facts of what's going on in Europe and what's happening. So I welcome you.
Hi, Cheryl, how are you?
I am fine, and I'm happy to have you here.
To be here with all of you, and I say ciao to everybody, and good night in Italy, and good afternoon in USA.
Well, actually, we're getting ready for dinner here, so it is our happy hour time.
Yeah, this is the into the night drink.
Okay, it'll help you to sleep. So what's hot in Europe today? What do you see as the trends right now, going forward into what will be a happy new year for all of us?
The trends right now is in Europe, and especially in Italy, is to be a beautiful woman with a natural look, and but the taste is different. It depends from the age. We can split the taste in two groups: the youngest and the no more so young. After 35 old, the taste is changing, because before you have to take care about the shape and the look of the girls. After, the women are looking for some rejuvenation or some conservative artistic restoration. So for young girls, you know, they have a very important social life on Instagram, on TikTok, less on Facebook for the youngest, and they are looking for you know, Instagram lips, big cheekbones. And this is a trend I don't like very much, but because sometimes they are focusing on the aesthetic image, like a picture they can show in social media. So lips usually are very big, very full of hyaluronic acid filler, And they are very nice in pictures, but when they talk, is the problem of moving mouth in a natural shape. For the second group of women from 30 years old and more, they are looking for or a younger look, but in a natural way usually. So they are focusing on a beautiful skin, on Botox to have you know, a relaxing look, not an artificial look, not frozen, and full but natural lips, and all the treatments that are important to make a shining and beautiful skin. Naturally, after 40 years old, sometimes they are looking for a younger neck, because the first thing that you can notice in a woman when it's going a little bit aging. So these are the main trends. And also the anti-aging in general, and also the study of the genetics to start therapy, anti-aging therapy, with a good knowledge of the DNA of the patient, so you can choose the best treatment, because it has been demonstrated that some people react less to Botox, for example, or skin booster than other people. Then with this kind of studies, we can choose the best treatment for every person, every patient. And this is important to have the best results, for sure. It is the biorevitalization using skin booster or hyaluronic acid, liquid or a little bit cross-linked, is important to make the skin younger. And the results are really amazing, because the patient stops aging, doing regularly very good skin booster of the skin. This is very important, because now the trend is the prevention of aging. So you are starting the aesthetic medicine treatment very early, before to improve the aesthetic look of the patient, but gradually, this way the patient will age very, very slow and will maintain a very beautiful face, a very beautiful look for many years.
And it's interesting because, you know, you're saying, you know, older, meaning 30 and 40. I don't know where I fit in.
No, I said less young. Less young. Aging is just an attitude.
I know. We have to age gracefully. And yes. I know that you take very good care of your patients. I wish we had I wish every doctor was as devoted with time and energy as you are with your patients, which I think is wonderful, just by listening to you. And I have to look on you know, I know that websites are not something that they have much of in Italy. I know that it's not like the US, I get that. But I would love to see you doing some more videos of your patients and doing the consultations, because I think the doctors in the US could learn a little. As you can learn from them, they can learn from you. But it sounds like the younger generation there really wants to look like a mannequin. They want to look fake. I think between Zoom, like you said, and TikTok and Instagram and taking the selfies, that's such a big deal that they want to look so perfect, and they're looking probably to get married. So I think it's the combination of being this perfect person and looking like a doll almost.
Yes, yes. This is our problem. By my point of view. Yeah. And sometimes we have to say no to girls, because they are asking for more and more. If they do a filler, lip filler, and they ask more, they want more swelling, and till becoming a freak. They are no more beautiful. They don't respect the harmonies, because aesthetic medicine is medicine first, and it is also art. Aesthetic doctors should have an artistic view of the patient before a medical view, naturally, but after they should see the patient like artistically, and it is a problem. My patients, on and on, I go on convincing them to be calm, but it's very hard because, you know, if you don't do this treatment, they will go to another doctor to do this treatment. And it's not important to me, but it's important that if I convince them to be not to be exaggerate, they will be more beautiful and they will smile, and I will be happy with them always. I'm very satisfied when patients are satisfied. When they go away from my clinic, and they smile, and they look in the mirror, they look in the glass, every moment they say, oh, I am more beautiful than them, seriously. I love a lot my job because I can give joy to them. This is, or solve some problems like asymmetries or other problems. Sometimes with Botox you can correct important symmetries or asymmetry of the lips. Now everybody's wearing the mask for the COVID-19 SARS, but it is anyway they will remove the mask with a family, with a fiancé, if everything okay. So it's important also to solve some asymmetry problems, or in front and in the profile, and they have joy, so they are happy. They come first to a doctor to be visited like a doctor and to look better, but when they look better, they are happy, and I am more happy than them. And you know that it has been proven and published in a scientific journal that botulinum toxin treatments make people more happy, not only for the better look, but also because it's like if the face go up, and this stimulates the centers of happiness of the brain. This is very important.
Yes, and I've seen that. And I was actually wondering, when you're talking about the very young wanting it so fake, if maybe they have some psychological issues that they kind of want to cover up, almost like those that want tattoos from head to toe all over their body. But that's a whole other discussion. We need a psychiatrist for that. But with the Russian styles that we were talking about when you and I were offline, coming into Italy, because I haven't seen it here in the US yet, but yet we are all at home more than we are out. Tell us about the Russian styles briefly. What is it that is so popular in Europe?
Russian style is a particular technique for the lips, for lips filler, is the tenting technique, and is I'm not here to explain the technique naturally, but it has the characteristic to reduce the length and between the distance between the base of the nose and the upper lip. This is very good for who has a longer, the name of this is philtrum, for a long philtrum. It's very interesting because it's shortened and it gives good results, but if it is exaggerated, makes dull lips. I have friends in Iraq. They are very, very good, especially Dr. Saifeddin is very, very good in this technique. And that is very good also for women from Iraq, the different. Because they have round face, they already have very big lips usually, and they are very, very young. This is a good technique also for European, with some corrections, because it is important not to do lips like hanging lips full of filler hanging from the filter, this part here. So you can use also the threads, the PDO threads, they are resorbable threads, to reduce the length of the filter.
Okay.
And so you can have a better result. This is a technical. Why is popular? Because it makes it exactly the lips or Instagram style, doll style. But you can reach a very nice result with this. Generally, the Russian style, in my opinion, is a little too much artificial. But it's a question also of taste. This is my Italian taste is a little different, and but it's a new technique, very good. This is different because you approach the lips from the border of the vermilion or a little bit up, and it is new and is having a big success just because it makes the lips full in an homogeneous way, but it gives a lot of enhancement in the central part also, but in a natural way. This is a very nice technique. And I'm going to use it with some correction because no, we aesthetic doctors should be creative, no? So my correction is using threads in the not so young women that have this problem of elongation of ergotrade or filtrum, using the threads with my technique, classic technique, or in the technique of Dr. Rabina. I will explain.
No, I mean, it's very interesting. I think one day you're going to have to send me some before and after pictures that I could post. So anybody watching today who wants to see what the Russian style is, we can show some pictures, which will be great. And I know that you do so many things in your practice that are non-surgical. And I know that the semi-permanent makeup foundation sounded very interesting. And that is that a trend from Russia too? Or is that more of a European trend to have a permanent foundation covering your skin?
It's just starting, and the problem is that we don't know well the follow-up. It is like a semi-permanent makeup, but all over the face. It could be very useful when you have to cover like black spots or melasma or like that. Personally, I don't do these things because I think that such things could be done well by aestheticians. It is very it's going on a big use of this in Middle East. But also for the lips, they perform like a semi-permanent lipstick. I think it's good, but you know, I'm a scientist. I'm a both scientist, so it is fundamental for me the follow-up. So I'm waiting for more, for wider studies about it, because we don't know what will happen to the pigments in the times they change color, if they can create problems, serious problems to the skin. So I'm waiting for largest study from the production, I say, because they are products from Korea mostly. So I want to see before, but it's very interesting. It could be wonderful. Imagine waking up in the morning, perfect, with all the makeup, the lipstick done, the eyeliner done, and all the foundation done, pink. Yes, but I want to see what is happening. It is a very, very new product, and I will not do it. I will let estheticians or I don't know, dermatologists perhaps not. No.
And I think it's cautious of you. I think it's cautious of you to wait to see, because we do tattoo here of the eyebrows, of the lips, of the eyeliner, and that's not new. That they've been doing a long time. And there's microblading, which actually I had done on my eyebrows. Is that a popular thing there? Is it popular, the microblading, like of the eyebrows?
Everything is for every woman has microblading now, because it's the best makeup for the eyebrows, and right. It's very natural. And also the eyeliner. I have the eyeliner, the tattoo, eyeliner tattoo for sure. Not the lips, because but we should not exaggerate, because my professor, Professor Carlo Alberto Bartoletti, many years ago, he was going on telling a very interesting and important thing. Don't put anything of permanent on what is not permanent, like a face. No, face is changing in years. So it's important not to inject permanent fillers, not resorbable fillers. It's important not to use them. It's important also with the tattoo of the face. So we should find always a very, very good operator, with as I said before, with an artistic look, an artistic view of the patient.
Yes, and I'm in agreement with that. And I think now we're going to talk a little bit about, well, we talked about the older patient. And now I guess when it comes to other than the face, it comes to the hands, obviously the face, and the neck is what they call turkey neck. And as we get older, the neck, like you said, is definitely one of the signs of somebody aging. But what are you doing for the hands? Because the hands could give away. Somebody can have a great facelift or whatever lift they're having, but they don't take care of and do anything with their hands. What do you do on your patient's hand? What's the trend in Europe for hands, youthful hands?
Trends, yeah, many things. The most used, the most popular, for sure, the filler, because it's very easy. It's very, very easy, and especially if you use microcanulas. You can use a low G point filler. It means a tender filler, and inject to reduce the view of the veins, for example, to make the hands, the dorsum of the hands fuller. This is very used because it's very easy, the hyaluronic acid. Less easy to use, but with wonderful performance, is the calcium hydroxyapatite. And that is very good for hands. I use a lot for hands. You can mold it with warm temperature for a lot of time. You can reach very good results also in this. If we are talking about the fullness of hands, and naturally the fat, because now in Italy we have a doctor who invented a device which with this device you can you can harvest fat from the belly. Also in office, It's not necessarily the operatory room, but the office must be perfectly clean. And you can inject a nano filler, adipose tissue, lipofilling, nano lipofilling on the hands, and it's wonderful because the fat has also mesenchymal cells, stem cells. It means that when the fat will be gone in 3-6 months, you will still have in the tissue the mesenchymal stem cells. This is regenerative medicine. So the fat will go on to produce and stop at the right point, and especially the appearance of the skin will be amazing, young, with all the factors of the growing factors and the antioxidant property of the fat. This is very good. And but this is for fullness. But we should also think about the pigmentation, like solar spots, no, on the hands. So the first, my advice is start to use the maximum as SPF factor cream, size 30-35 years old. So you will never have dark spots on your hands. This is very important. Otherwise, after you can remove the spots with many methods. You can use plasma, you can use CO2 laser, you can use radio frequency, and many methods. But when you have the spot will be there forever. Even if you remove it, it will come again. So it's important to avoid the sun in the classic hours we know, from 11 to the 3 in the afternoon, 3 p.m. And use always winter, spring, autumn, summer, always the solar protection, with high protection. Even when you go to your office or your home, you have to switch on the light because outside you have clouds in the sky. Always. This is the secret of my hands and of my skin. I have no spots. I don't use. This is very important. Because cosmetics is a part of our job, is very important. I'm not a cosmetologist, but I know cosmetics for sure. So in our practice, we have to advise the patients to use the right cosmetics, the right supplements, and we do the right techniques for their beauty and to slow the aging or reverse the aging when it's possible.
And what about the oral drinks with the collagen? Are they doing a lot of the drinks that you could mix the powder in that have a lot of collagen?
We have many of them. And I think they have a very good results. There has been a very nice university study where they were marking the collagen, and they will find it in the skin after, because some collagen now that it's absorbed directly in the bowel and not digested in the stomach. Because the problem with many supplements is when you eat them, when you drink them in the stomach, they would be digested, no? But so they have done a new formulation, and I know perhaps it is not very popular what I'm going to say, but you know that all the supplements that orthopedics prescribed to patients when they have problems with joints, no? These supplements are full of collagen and vitamin C, and also some components of the matrix, the part of the dermis of the skin, of subcutaneous tissue. They are wonderful for skin. They are wonderful skin. And so I usually I prescribe my patients these supplements that say, oh, this is for the bones. I'm young. No, take it. And in 1 month they have they are radiant, they are glowing,
Wow.
very good. So this is a little secret from me.
But 1 month to see a difference is great. I mean, that's unusual.
1 month, not less naturally, but in 1 month it's a big difference. Even because they, I say them, you should drink more water now, and they do it because they trust me. And in 1 month they are completely glowing. So vitamin C, collagen, I'm okay with these supplements, and some are very, very expensive because we have also to think about the budget of patients. No, if they have to follow everything we advise, they sometimes have no money. So I try always to find the solution. No, you can't buy this one gold luxury collagen. Okay, take this one for the bone, for the for the bones and so on, and that's good. And also some. I advise also to take omega-3 supplements because they are also very good for both for skin, for brain, for joints, and also it's very important. Pycnogenol is a very good antioxidant from a French marine pine. And naturally the resveratrol is it's very important because it has an action on the chromosome, on the part of the chromosome that make the cell aging. So it stops a little bit the aging. No, I trust in something, but not everyone.
No, but you know what? I think we'll have to have another webinar one day, and I'll take some photographs from you of the before and after of your patients and pictures of some of the products and the key ingredients. And at least we could have a discussion and everybody could really see what it is that you're talking about. But we agree here. We also, believe in the Mediterranean diet, taking the vitamins, the fish oils, and taking care of our skin from the inside out. So that is very popular here. A lot of doctors do not sell the nutraceuticals, but will maybe have their estheticians or their nurses recommending. But it is a big new profit center that I often talk about. And we could make it private label here where you can have your own name on it if you wanted to. It's probably different in Italy, but I think we're going to get to our last slide with the LGBTQ community. It's new, it's hot, it's trending. The men's market is still a very small market here in the US, but it is growing. So we want to hear from you very briefly, just about what you see trending for men and for the community.
Oh, you know that because you have been one of our keynote speakers. You know that this year, the last Congress of Italian Society of Aesthetic Medicine, the topic of the Congress was exactly the beauty of the gender. So this is a very interesting topic. I'm absolutely friendly with this, and even there's the trend is to help them to gradually go through this difficult way with the best support, psychological, medical, naturally, endocrinological, and aesthetic. Because till now we have seen sometimes them like exaggerated. Now they are going to be the wonderful, elegant queens. So we have them. It's a little more difficult when we talk of from the other side, the changing from woman to man. It's more difficult, and naturally there's a big work on hormones and on the transplant, on the hair transplant, on liposuction. So this is a very big, important transformation. But what is good now, that we have the techniques to do the masculinization of the face. Because before, using a filler or something on a man, it was a disaster, because they were using the same criteria, man, woman, man. So we had women that are like dolly, like cheekbones like that, right, with lips like that. No. Now we understood very well that just see how is a man. So what's the problem of the man? When he's young, you can do a masculinization, enhancing the jaw, right, and doing something that is very fashion in middle age for women, that is the Texas technique to do the angle here. But in a man, what's important, never do cheekbones larger than the mandibula. Otherwise you have the feminization. If you want to be for a man, no? You should be exactly the same or a little more on the angle of the mandible. And on the chin also, it's important. A big chin, a square chin is very masculine. Botox must be different. You have different points to inject Botox. You can do a Botox with almond eyes, but you should do a more flat Botox for botulinum toxin. Lips are very hard to perform, and this is a tragedy now in Italy. And some soccer player, I don't know why, they have done their lips, and now every boy is going on guy, and men, young men are, not every, many of them are doing filler of the lips. I've gone to the beach with a friend of mine. There is one guy bringing up the bed, beach bed, and I said, what have you done? What has he done? He has lips like that. Terrible. So in men, it is possible to improve the aesthetic of the man, but there are very precise criteria. And this is for the masculinization, and this is for, you can use for women who want to be masculinized, and for men who are not very good looking, so to improve their beauty or their masculine face. On the contrary, for the woman, for the man becoming a woman, there are many things to do. Many are surgical treatments, like the reshaping of the forehead, or the elimination of this part of the cartilage of the neck, and the reduction of the famous philtrum we were talking about, with these ridges, reducing the length of these ridges. This is a very interesting market also, because they are looking for a very good result. That is helping him also by the point of view of psychological problems. And so we fix some criteria for this. This is for the face. Also, the hands is a problem for a man, for example, becoming a woman, no? Because hands are different, are bigger, are their joints are bigger sometimes. So we used to fill with filler or with fat the fingers in, so they are more soft, they are more feminine naturally. And for the body, this is something for surgeons. I met a wonderful doctor, is Fuad Hamza, a very fascinating doctor. He's specialist in this in feminization, and he does miracles really. And he uses a lot of lipofilling with a very, very good and safe technique. So in the body, that he reduced the waste, and he's specialized in the Brazilian buttocks, as you say. He brings the Brazilian buttocks everywhere in the world. Very beautiful, and also he does for lipofilling for the breast with very nice results, because we have this vision of LGBTQ, of transgender, also like big dolls, but they are not all the same, no? There are some wonderful queens like that, and I love them, and I take inspiration sometimes for the look. And they are so amazing and elegant. But there are also many young boys and with big difficulties from the beginning, and they just want to be women. They don't want to be dolls, just natural women. So this kind of treatments with lipofilling are very, very, very useful, because in addition to hormones therapy, they lead to a very natural result.
Well, it's much more education for any man, and especially for the community we're talking about. It's much more hand-holding, much more time-consuming, but they also equal much more loyal patients, and they follow a doctor like yourself that takes good care of them and understands them and takes the time to educate. The male would come back to you and not care that somebody across the street, and I know there's a lot of competition in Italy and Europe amongst the cosmetic doctors. But I could see them being very loyal to you because you're spending the time and the effort, and because you really care. So, I mean, it is a topic that you and I could probably talk about for another hour, but since we're coming up on close to the hour, you know, I was so excited to have you here today. We're gonna have to do this again. I thank you so much for all of your insights and all of your information. I hope that I didn't speak too fast. I'm the girl from New York and Brooklyn who tends to speak very quickly, but I was trying to speak a little bit slower, and you did a great job. It was very easy to understand you, and you look beautiful forever, and you look younger than when I met you 7 or 8 years ago.
Yes, natural. Beautiful forever.
And I thank you for your time tonight, and we will do this again, and maybe one of the evenings we'll talk about you know, the nutraceuticals and what we could do for inside out beauty, because I think that's a growing popular trend here in the US, but I don't think they quite have it yet, like you do. And I know a lot of the younger generations are very fast to try the liquid collagen and all the liquid, you know, powders that they can put in their shakes in the morning. But, you know, some of the older, more conservative are watching for studies. They don't really believe it all. So we'll have to come back and have you on for that. But I thank you so much to be here tonight. And I guess cheers cheers to you. And
Cheers.
have a very good night. And sorry to keep you up so late. And I thank you very much. And we'll have to get you involved in the Beautiful Forever University as we start to get ready to launch it. And my book, which you know, The Beautifully Profitable, Forever Profitable, you know, you have to understand who is your audience and identify your target market. And, you know, I think you have done that in a very precise way. And my book does give a lot of information on that. We do have a 50% off the ebook with the code PROFIT on beautifulforever.com. It is on Amazon with 5-star reviews. It's in its 6th edition, but Amazon, we cannot give a discount code. So we'd have to come to beautifulforever.com, follow us, get all our information. Every week there's at least 1 or 2 you know, amazing educational webinars that are live. And you should understand, and if you need help understanding who your target market is or how to expand your target market, we can help you. And, you know, at this COVID time, everybody's very stressed. We're willing to do strategy planning and a consult session and not charge, and it includes follow-up. And we guarantee you will learn a lot from talking to us and us following through with you. So you can email us, you can call us, and you can go online and just search whether it's Beautiful Forever or Cheryl Whitman. And the Beautiful Forever University actually hosts all of these events. And I'm hoping soon to get that finally launched. It's a very exciting time for us here with education and ongoing training and education, which is the most important for the providers like yourself, as well as for the staff. So save the dates because we have some weekly programs coming up that are great topics. And you can see them here. They're on the Beautiful Forever website. And we have some famous doctors from the US, from hair transplant to OBGYNs to general managers and wellness and aging, and what you need to do to be successful. So expert interviews, proven success strategies. I'm happy to share them with everybody. And I hope to see you at our next webinar. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you very much.